Hola, buenos días, soy Nico.
What's up? This is some more OF talk, right? And this is somebody who I have not collabed with. He's just a clown and a bottom of the barrel scum of the earth. His name's Nicosaesthetics, right?
And as you can tell, I am here for my last night in Houston, Texas. My voice is a little raspy, but apparently some of y'all liked any on it. No, I'm joking. I'm not at like the level that I have to do ASMR, but apparently drinking has aggravated my voice again. So I'm taking a sip back from the alcohol, from the liquor. I'm not doing too much anymore, but that's not what you're here for. Before I get lost in the sauce, if you like this kind of content, make sure to follow me on Patreon at patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive videos, weekly live streams, and be a part of the live streams, where we have multifaceted conversations with a varied panel every week with a different topic depending on the week. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely tune in. Last video's comment was over the 96 load situation, where someone basically said the only time people are upset is when it's like a hit dog hollering kind of situation. So if you're literally coming online and saying having 96 people run inside of you with no screening, no form of protection while you're allegedly flying like a kite on Tina is unsafe, that means they feel hit by this and or criticized by this broad statement, which is factual because it's not safe. I don't care how many people complain, it's not. But now that we've gotten out of the way, let's get on to the actual video. Today, this is a late night brew because I was busy with my last day here, seeing my family, seeing some friends. But now that that's out of the way, we're going to be talking about a regular on the channel. Nico, who is it? It's Malik Joseph. Nico, who is Malik Joseph? So a lot of people don't know because he hasn't been active because he's been in prison. What? Prison. So it's because originally I saw this video pop up on a blog called Big O Recap, and I just saved it because I'm like, oh, that's a key. I could talk about that eventually. Nico, why is it a key? Because Malik Joseph, if you did not know, he has been in prison for the last 4 months because while he was about to go on a cruise, the cruise said, oh, we need you to step aside because we have a few questions for you. And then they called Atlanta PD on him. Nico, why? Because Malik Joseph is always in and out of trouble. If you do not know, like I'm going to reference in this video, he referenced and said, oh, Nico has made about 5 videos on me. Before we get to all that, if you must know, I'm going to give you a small synopsis of his little prison Big O recap. If you do not want to actually watch it, he basically sat down and said, yes, I went to prison for 4 months because of some situations in my past, well, recently passed. And yes, to survive, I got with a gang member and became his prison wife. And yes, he defended me for some coochie. And yes, I'm finally out of prison, but at this point, I no longer have anything. I wasn't able to pay my bills. I wasn't able to pay my rent, my car note. Everything got repossessed. I'm broke, dirt broke, sleeping on couches, fighting for my life. And every day in my life, I had to
Finger down if you were going on a 7-day cruise and someone walks up to you as soon as you walk on the boat and says, hey, we have to ask you some questions. So you go down to the bottom of the boat. As soon as you get down there, police is waiting, puts you in handcuffs, and takes you to jail. Then Atlanta comes to pick you up from Miami jail, flies you back to Atlanta. Then you sit 4 months in jail where you see all these traumatizing things. You have to fight 2 times. You have to do all sorts of things while you're in jail. Then you end up in a relationship with a gang member, so he protects you and makes sure nobody messes with you. Also, through the whole 4 months without no bond, sitting there hopeless. And then finally, you receive a bond after 4 long months, and you lose your apartment, you lose your car, you lose all type of faith while you're in jail. And then as soon as you get out, now you have to recover everything back and start all over again.
And I'm just sitting here like, okay, girl. At first I was going to give you some, some not pity, because I don't pity people. I feel like pity is patronizing. I was going to empathize with you, humanize you. But then she said, I got to get my money up. Nico, what do you mean? So Malik Joseph then began a series on his TikTok. One of them went viral. The rest, nobody really cared about. One of them was where he randomly started attacking Fat Rabbit Killer. Nico, what do you mean? And this is interesting because I know Fat Rabbit Killer. We were literally texting to collaborate again last week, but I got busy with my family errands and my time went by and he had to leave for a trip. Point is, I know Fat Rabbit Killer. I know him personally. And Malik Joseph went viral because he came online and said, I'm going to start giving you the tea about my OnlyFans collaborations because I'm broke and I have nothing left in my name and I need to make some money. So I want to go viral on TikTok, even though I understand you can make money on TikTok, but I don't understand if you can just make money based on views. We'll see if anybody gets him a sponsorship. He basically came online to say, Fat Rabbit Killer is ugly and he stink. And he was too rough with me, and I felt so uncomfortable during the collaboration. And it was unwarranted. You could tell that he's trying to get some clout, to get some money in his name into his pockets via his scenes, because I've met Fat Rabbit Killer 4 times. Only one of them, well, 2 of them were in like a super happy adult fun time situation in Brazil. And personally, if you've watched that scene between me and him, I was fighting for my life. I was screaming and crying, but that's just because I don't bother. But in this situation, I've kissed the man. I've done all the intimate stuff. He doesn't stink. And when I broke the story about his identity being exposed and him doing a scene with Raheem Shabazz where he finally showed his face, you can see that he's not ugly. So I really feel like Malik Joseph was more so upset about the interaction they had because he was saying he was being impatient and telling him to just lay there and take it. Personally, when I collaborated with him, he was a lot more patient, but he also knew I really did not bottom because it was a joke, and I wish he caught it on camera. Basically, he was like, "You're so tight, you're making me a little sore right now," and I'm like, you know. But yeah, so maybe he was just upset that he was being treated a bit more aggressively, and I can't tell if that happened or not because I wasn't there, so I'll give him that. But Fat Rabbit Killer is not ugly, nor does he stink, unless he just had an off day, but every time I've met him, he smelled fine.
So as you know, I do OnlyFans, and I have favorite collabs, I have least favorite collabs, and I want to break it down for you because I have a lot of least favorite collabs, I'm not gonna lie. And this is the first one. Fat Rabbit Killer. Let's talk about it. Let's get in there. So his name perceives himself as being a very hung individual, and you know, he kind of sluts out the bottoms, and my content is very like, I'm very sexy, like I do those things, but it has to make sense for me, right? And this guy came over. First of all, he was unattractive. He was hideous for me, my opinion. And he wanted to do content. He was just like, hey, lay down and just like take it, and don't stop me, don't move my hand, don't do nothing, just take it, sit there and take it. So it was very like, I felt uncomfortable, and also too, he was not attractive, so I really couldn't get in there. Mind you, I'm just meeting this man, so I don't even know him. And a minute to almost 2 minutes into the video, I made him stop. I was just like, hey bro, I'm just not into it, you know, like I don't like it, so I want to stop. And I made him stop the video. I felt uncomfortable, and that's just what it was. So that was my least favorite collab. I got a couple more. We're gonna run down some more, but yeah, he's definitely top 3 for sure. Just wasn't into it. Yeah, you'll take a look at the video, go subscribe, take a look at the video, and then you'll see it on my face that I just wasn't for it. I wasn't for it, and he could barely stay up, so.
Now, Malik Joseph continued to go on rants about other collaborators, hoping that it would take off and get him more clout. He talked about his collaboration with Yardy Style, which was a key. because he was trying to be nice, but also nice nasty, basically saying, I enjoyed Yardy Style, but at the same time, I didn't really want to collaborate with him because, like Castanero said in that video that I did about Yardy Style years ago, he does, in fact, wear colored contacts. I've met Yardy Style. I've met him multiple times. He does wear colored contacts. And he does have a big butt. I personally don't think it's a BBL like Malik Joseph alluded it to be. I just personally think he just has a big butt. So he was saying all these factors added on top of each other made him not want to collaborate with him because he prefers more masculine men.
Okay, let's get back to the OF talk. You know, I had to do a couple more videos for y'all today. Um, let's get right into it. Of the good and the bad of my OF collabs. And today we're going to talk about Mr. Yardy Styles. I think that he is very good to work with. He's another one that I just wasn't feeling, and I stopped the video. But I think that he has so much clout that I would work with him again. But at that moment in time, my mindset was not there. He made me meet up in a motel to do the content video, so I already felt anxiety of going to the motel. Yeah, I think that he did handle it professional. Like he made me come. We started doing the video. He was very nice. He was very professional. I just think the reason why I wasn't into it is because it looked like he had a BBL, but it may have just been his butt. He has a big butt, and he has color contacts in. I prefer somebody that is that doesn't all have that going on to be topping me. Don't get me wrong, he's very handsome, he's very sexy. Like I said, he handles his business well. I wouldn't mind working with him again. I just feel like, and I think he knew the vibe too, because I made him stop the video, and I just was just like, all right, that's enough. I'm good. We got enough clips. Let's just use these clips. And you could definitely check out the video. It's on all my platforms. Yeah. And you tell me what you think about the video. Like I said, his booty was bigger than mine. So that's definitely a pro in the video. But check it out. Tell me what you think.
Now, the one you've all been waiting for. The one that somebody kept DMing me about. He basically brought me up. And he basically said, I am the scum of the earth. And that one of the videos that I did on him, he said he was going to send me a cease and desist and to take it down. And that I just spoke without facts, and that I'm just making things up, and I'm so nasty because I talk about the crimes people commit. And now I am doing OnlyFans.
What's up? This is some more OF talk, right? And this is somebody who I have not collabed with. He's just a clown and a bottom of the barrel scum of the earth. His name's Nicosaesthetics, right? Never met him a day in my life. Never crossed paths with him a day in my life. And he continues to do YouTube videos about me. He's done like 5 or 6 videos about me. And the first couple videos he was doing about me was before he was doing OF, content creating. And then he turned around after he done bashed most of the main content creators, the people that were higher up. Then he turned around and started doing content with his mediocre, uncircumcised, lame, this man right here. It just makes me sick that people sit there, and I know a lot of people like that too, that sit there and down content creators and then turn around and want to do it. That means you really have like dislike and hate in your heart for us. And I feel so bad for you. But make sure you go to YouTube, check out the full video, and just understand what this guy has done to me. Understand that I already put out in the atmosphere that I told him, I'm like, hey, I will give you a cease and desist, like take down this video, because I guess he didn't put allegedly. And he said, oh my God, I'm not taking down the video, but I will, I'll put allegedly. He don't know what happened. He didn't even get the facts from anybody. This man is a clown to this day. It makes me sick, but make sure you check out the YouTube for the full video.
Am I missing something? Yes. Before I started performing, I was simply a YouTuber that talked about the crimes you committed, Malik. Now that I'm performing, I'm still talking about the crimes you committed, Malik. I don't know what you want me to say. Not to mention, he tried to say that I was ugly, that, you know, my game was weak, and that my uncut PP is lame, and I'm just so disgusting. I've already done a video where I've showed the DMs of Malik saying, hey, I really enjoy your content. I want to work with you. Him finding me attractive and wanting to sleep with me, and me saying, no, because you're a criminal. Nico, what do you mean? So I can talk about the things that I have proof for. And I'll talk about the last thing that he said I didn't have proof for, that he did not send a cease and desist. Malik Joseph first came onto my radar when he got into it with Elijah Wilde. He alluded in this video, while he was doing a collaboration with Elijah Wilde, Grandy Glaze, and Tanks in Love, that Elijah Wilde had allegedly gone into the restroom to smoke Tina. So instead of saying, hey, don't smoke that in my house, or hey, I don't appreciate you bringing that into my house, he decided to try to pow him. Nico, there's a full video. If you want to watch the video on YouTube, it's still up. I'll link it. He tried to take this man out and meet his maker. So yes, I think you're dangerous. Yes, I think you're crazy, because any logical person would be like, hey, yo, girl, get this out of my house, if that was the case. But to try to pow him and then beat on him, like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, you're insane. So yes, when you tried to collaborate with me, once again, I said, oh, absolutely not, girl, no. Secondly, him and Knockout got into it. And Knockout even confirmed it and said, yes, it's because I did not want to date him. So no, you can try to call me the scum of the earth. You can try to say that I'm so, you know, but I'm not jealous. I'm not ugly because you wanted to work with me. And my content isn't bad because you wanted to work with me. So I'm not going to come on here and be like, oh, I'm holier than thou, I'm better than. I don't believe in that. I really don't care about the content you make if I personally am not watching and paying for it. But if you're breaking the law, if you're willingly admitting to horrible crimes because you admitted to trying to pow Elijah Wilde, that was it. You can go check that video. It's there. You admitted to Knockout. So you saying, oh, I said to cease and desist, which you did not. Girl, it's above me now. But with that being said, I'll leave the conversation up to y'all. Boom. And now for a brief yet sincere shout out to this week's 3rd tier subscribers, Nazir A and Regrief. Your continued support is greatly appreciated, and thank you once again to everyone who supports the channel. And this week's live stream will be a little special, seeing as how I will be busy hosting Frolic Week in Boston, but I still wanted to be there for my girlies to have a fun, interactive experience. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely tune in. The way we're going to be talking about a regular is because originally I saw this video pop up on, and it's because